Hello, creatives. Welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth, and I'm here at the gallery with a general tarot reading. This is an ongoing Cards of Truth series for the entire 52 card deck. Here is a chart to find your birth card. I've already cleared the cards and spent time meditating on my shooting star spread. I'm using the Cards of Truth deck for the overall starting point and then clarifying with the Ethereal Visions deck. I chose this deck because it has an artist card added into the major arcana. I'll close with a message from Spirit with the Soul's Journey lesson cards. If you'd like to know more about today's card, please pause the video and read the description box below. Okay, I'm going to adjust the camera now so that you can see the card spread for today. This is a reading for all 5 of Hearts birth cards. This is the Shooting Star spread. It's a 3-card spread about unblocking or heightening your creative flow. I like to take cards that spring from the deck while shuffling. That can take a while, so I've already done that and laid out the cards, which allows me to hear your message too. There's no wrong way to choose cards, it's just what works for me. So the first row here represents your inner and outer resources, much like the South Node position in the Cards of Truth birth chart. Easily accessible because it's what you bring with you from a past life. However, there is a possibility that it's taken for granted because it's so easy for you. Second row is about tapping into what motivates you. Here it reflects the North Node more or less, as it will naturally assist your soul's full potential. The third row is what Source would like to share as guidance, pure and simple. So let's take a look at the first row. We have the 9 of Diamonds. I love this because in the Cards of Truth chart for the 5 of Hearts, the 9 of Diamonds is your North Node. So this is your soul's potential right here. So right off, you are on the right track. And I think that's really important for the message that Source has sent here today because, well, we'll get into that, but it is about balance, and you'll see that as we go along, finding that inner balance. So yes, 9 of Diamonds, beautiful card to have. It is about mostly psychic energy, very spiritual in its way of connecting with Source. There's a lot around the 9 of Diamonds that is mostly about finding the balance between giving and receiving. It's a card that is of that nature. It's called the charitable card, if you will. It's understanding and remembering in a lot of cases that in order to receive, you have to give. Next, we have the Page of Wands. Now, this is out of the Ethereal Visions deck and a really lovely creative card to get. This is all about searching for the next spark of creativity. It's fire energy, and it's about loyalty and enthusiasm. It's confidence and creative exploration, and sometimes travel for that creative exploration, which is lovely. The 10 of Wands, however, this one is about carrying your burdens and being able to do that and make it through all kinds of oppression and burden and decision making. So again, it's about carrying the stress and realizing, kind of dissecting, if you will, deconstructing, and then understanding what it is that you need to do to find that balance, having that freedom. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Now this card is in reversed, so I read that as either a stuck energy or one that needs to maybe emerge from the self-conscious, that you haven't quite gotten to that part of the deconstruction yet. So the 9 of Pentacles is all about enjoying the rewards of your hard work. It is a rewards card. It's having the finer things in life. It's, on easy street, if you will. And for a Five of Hearts, you know that with a life of trial and error, learning as much from the error as you do the trial, and sometimes winning, but you got to sort through all of that in order to get there. So this row spoke to me as that whole process might be time to spin the wheel and have that happen for you, that you're feeling a little stuck in that process right now. And the motivation row is next. So the next row we have is the 10 of Spades. This is quite the card. This again talks about balance, but it is again talks about that carrying your burdens well. This card is actually walking through hell with your burdens with a smile. So you are no stranger to hard knocks. You know what it's like to have to sort through and the the chaff from the hay, or panning for gold. You got to get through all of the stuff that's not working in order to find the thing that is. And you know how to do that. You know how to do that really well. And it motivates you when you're challenged by it. Lovely. You need it, right? Especially as an artist in this crazy world. And then the next card we get is the Hanged Man. This is a really interesting card to get because this is all about self-reflection. It is being able to see where you're at with a diplomatic point of view. It's alternative thinking and different thinking. So it's how I like to use the tarot, with the Rider-Waite's deck. I've had this deck for, oh my goodness, it's got to be like 45 years or so, maybe 50. And it always never fails to broaden my diplomatic way to think around things, see it from a different point of view. It's beautiful for opening up a whole new line of thinking. So that being said, and knowing how to contemplate, that, as you can see, he's master of his own, right? So he can release himself at any time. So this is a self-imposed period of contemplation, and it's to do exactly that, figure out what it is and how to deal with it. The Chariot card is next, and this speaks to that as well, because when you do find your breakthrough, that motivating force that sends you into that self-contemplation to begin with, when it does reveal what it is that's needed to be sorted through, the Chariot is where you end up. Beautiful, beautiful card. I've coined this card the rodeo card because you can see this person here is really managing and loving the ride. It is just a really empowering place to be coming from. You understand the situation. You are at the ready. You just jump on and ride with all of the confidence and abilities needed in order to get through whatever it is you're sorting through. And I love this because what happens after that? This is just like a story of its own. The Empress. She delivers the next creative spark. It's just beautiful. She is the one that fertilizes the whatever comes down from the magician. So beautiful, beautiful place to be. It is Venus related, and it's also about balance, right? Because it is Libra and Taurus. So Taurus is all about the creature comforts and enjoying that, such as what's stuck for you right now. And Of course, we all know Libra with the scales is all about balance. So again, it's you being a very high vibrational Five of Hearts, knowing how to connect with Source, figure it out, and get through it. Beautiful, beautiful card. So the next row is what Source would share with you as guidance. Well, we have the Three of Diamonds here. This is a fun card to get. This again is a moving card, and it is all about finding something better. It's all about moving on from something that is fine, but not exactly what you need. You're always seeing the grass being greener on the other side. It's really a fun card to get for a creative being, because that's what we do, right? I mean, there's always the new thing to connect with. So as a Three of Diamonds, when it's in a spread, it's actually working through any situation, which relates to you as a 5 because it's an uneven red number. And so it's got that yin quality. It's more of a feminine approach to things, more passive, if you will. So going into that contemplation to figure it out. So I think Source is recognizing that that is part of your process and that it works for you. Really, really nice, because why not, right? It's all about, so it is a working through card. It is Source telling you that you're on the right track, but there's more to do. It's relates to the Wheel of Fortune in a few different ways. And this is in reverse. So this I see as a stuck energy, or again, something in the subconscious that needs to come to light. So Source wants to share that with you. As the Wheel of Fortune, it does relate to the red cards, and it's the ecliptic position in the cards of truth. So it ends up being more about life cycles, taking chances. It's success after failure after success. And as a 5, that's exactly what you do, right? Emotionally and otherwise, connecting with things only to find that it's not working anymore and to move on to something else. It's a lot like the life of the 3s as well. So I think Source, again, is recognizing that that's part of your process. And when you do recognize that, you get the Lovers. Beautiful card, because this is ultimate connection to joy, and it's an inner and outer connection to joy. It is whatever is satisfying and there for you to connect with, that is reaping all of the hard work that you've put in. It's a beautiful card for an artist to get. It's like rewards for your creative efforts. And again, that's what this last card is about as well, as the Seven of Pentacles. That true is all about investing in your craft and being rewarded for it. There's also a bit of dissatisfaction in this card, as again, it is about moving on to finding something that's a little more satisfying. You're looking at and contemplating what you have here and deciding that maybe you'd like to go for something else, even though this is very rewarding and paying off for you. That is just the life of a number 7, among other things. But it is growth, and it is adaptability, and it is a bit of being ingenuity, I guess, would be a good word for it. So great, right? All right, great read. I do think it is about balance and finding that inner. And I thought that as I was laying these cards out, and then when I got to the last card that Source guides me to, I find it by moving my pendulum across the spread out Soul's Journey deck. And that can take a while as well, so I've already done that too. And the card for you, Five of Hearts, is Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Well, you'll appreciate this card that it speaks of balancing emotions, right? Number 5, you know it like nobody else. You and the 7s, oh my goodness, and the 3s as well. But these uneven cards, and I know because I'm one too. I'm a 7 of clubs, so it's an interesting existence. And for a 5, it is about balancing emotions in order to be in a creative zone that is whole and pure in nature, one that comes from a deeper original place to create art at a soul level, knowing that the other side of that peaceful state of mind is clutter and chatter, and if indulged in, it creates an environment that produces superficial art, right? So I'm going to put this right on top of the Chariot because I just think that it's a beautiful place where you are in control and in the throes of that creative bliss and riding it like a champ. It's beautiful. This is also a gentle reminder that Source sees and knows of your hard work and conscious effort to work for a place of inner peace, to create what is true and original. Source also wants to suggest, though, that it's a good time for a reassessment as to what or who is an interruption to your peace of mind and thus your creative work. It may be an outside influence, however, it's worth looking to see if it's a self-imposed interruption or point of view that needs to be recognized and reconciled in order to quiet that chatter. And Source would let you know that it's time to jump in that chariot of self-realization and ride like the wind. However, the ultimate trick, don't you know, is to ride these forces of nature with your higher self and of noble character. That way, you can create and act from an inner place of confidence and own your own unique creative truth. Beautiful spread for you, Five of Hearts. And I know you can do it. You have it. All right. Thank you so much out there. And I hope all of you, Five of Hearts out there, found this interesting and helpful. You can also watch the card videos for your Sun, Moon, Venus, and so on placements and contemplate those readings as well. Happy creating.